The common topic of conversation over the past 13 months is the ability of many Canadians to increase their savings. We've seen household saving numbers absolutely skyrocket, but what is the other side of the story? I came across an article on BNN Bloomberg talking about a high percentage of Canadians are on the brink of insolvency, basically on the brink of bankruptcy. So in this video, we'll be breaking that down. But if this is your first time here, my name's Nick. Welcome to Ways to Wealth. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you a huge favor. If you learn something new or you get some value out of the video, please hit that like button for me. And if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button, turning that notification bell on. I would appreciate that. With that being said, let's hop into the computer. We'll break down a little bit of the findings in the article. So BNN Bloomberg, 53% of Canadians on the brink of insolvency, over half. The party is over. Patty Lovett-Reid says a new survey by MNP has found that 53% of the respondents are 200 or less away from not being able to pay their monthly bills. $200. That's not a big swing at all. This marks a 5-year high and 10-point jump since the last survey in December, which was not too long ago. Things are not getting better. They are getting worse for these people that are definitely suffering. The number includes the 30% who said they are already insolvent. People who have already claimed bankruptcy or not being able to meet up with their financial obligations. The article goes on to talk a little bit about the government programs not being able to help as much as we thought they were, or that they were temporary in nature. We can get into a debate about the $2,000 CERB, and obviously with the mortgage rates and everything like that, how are you supposed to get by on $2,000, especially if your work was deemed non-essential? But again, it's one of those things that you want to get a full understanding of what this article is about. Who is this article impacting? Make sure that you have all sides of the story. But first, what I wanted to do is get a better understanding of what MNP's Consumer Debt Index was. So I did some research. It measures the Canadians' attitudes towards the consumer debt and gauges their ability to pay bills, endure unexpected expenses, absorb interest rate fluctuations without approaching insolvency. So basically what it's doing is it's taking a look at how consumers are working in the market today. Are they just scraping by? Are they able to put the money aside in savings? We've seen the household savings rate go up, but on the flip side, MNP is coming back and saying that there may be a portion of society that is able to do that, but there's also a portion of society that is just clinging on. But then, I decided I was going to peel back more layers of the onion. I want to figure out who MNP is. So MNP, believe it or not, is a debt company. They are striving to provide temporary relief, help you erase debt from your life once and all, and putting you on the path to a financial fresh start. So they put together things that would help you with debt consolidation, payday loans. So it is their business to kind of help get you out of debt. So it's kind of fitting that they would be working on this consumer debt index. And where I'm going with this is that we've seen a similar article. When I was doing my research, I came across an article which springs the same tone back in 2019. So let's look at this CTV News. Nearly half of Canadians within $200 of insolvency. January 21st, 2019. As we scroll down, we're going to see it was a survey conducted for an insolvency firm, MNP. So they found that 31% of Canadians, they don't make enough to cover bills and debt payments. And that was up 7 percentage points from September. It's kind of flying the same path. It's kind of crazy how it's either it's a macroeconomic problem that we're having as a society, or it just seems that this survey tends to come out when, you know, MNP could possibly benefit. But we'll go down. And one of the other things that I found very interesting from this portion of the article is that if you remember, in 2019, the Bank of Canada had started raising the interest rates. In December 2018, the TSX had dropped heavily because of the fact that the Bank of Canada was raising interest rates. So then this article goes on to say higher interest rates combined with household expenses that outweigh income mean that some are unable to make any kind of meaningful reduction in debt, and in fact continue to take on more. So this is kind of an inflection point that we're at now. So yes, it's very coincidental that this article seems to fluctuate and come out of the woodwork every couple years or so. But one of the things that this article highlights in 2019 was a higher interest rate, and obviously with higher interest rates, that'll affect mortgage rates, that'll affect lending rates if you have any loans out with the bank. But that's something that with rising inflation and things that we will be having to consider. So if people now, with all of the government printing, are hanging on by a thread, that $200 thread, if we start increasing interest rates, this could cause very big trouble in terms of people not being able to keep up with loans, keeping up with mortgage payments. It's something that is definitely a cause for concern. It's something that has many red lights. You know, every time they print money, we all know that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This is highlighting that in no better way. But, you know, are you going to play the side of, oh, it's coincidental? MNP comes out with this survey every couple years. It's beneficial to their business. Or is there a true root cause here that we should take away the business side of it and look? I mean, for me personally, I definitely think that interest rates, the Bank of Canada cannot be able to raise them anytime soon. I think that what we saw in 2018 when they started raising them and the stock market fell, if they start doing that now, everything will crumble. I think we're in this phase for at least another 2 to 3 years. My earliest prediction that they start raising it was 2023. If we continue to see inflation continue to increase, they might have to do it sooner. But like I mentioned before, I think A trumps that, and A is the fact that if they raise interest rates, everything's coming down. But yeah, no, I just wanted to highlight that, you know, a lot of Canadians are definitely doing well right now, but there's another flip side of the story. So if there's any way that you could help out, whether it's food drives or anything like that, it would definitely be appreciated. A lot of people are hurting right now, not being able to work. So I just wanted to spread some word there of positivity and helping one another out. And that's obviously what makes us Canadian at the end of the day. But I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I have for you this week. I hope you have a great week on the markets. If you're still here with me, don't forget, hit that like button, turn that subscribe button on, notification bell as well. Again, like I said, great week. Have it on the markets. Thank you for watching. Take care.